walked into the room like strangers, two ghosts hiding behind calm faces. She looked at us, then at her notepad, and we knew this wouldn't be painless. She sat too straight, I tapped my feet, the floor creaked louder than we spoke. She said, "What brings you here today?" And I almost choked. We didn't answer right away. You glanced at me, I looked away. Then she smiled with lips so still, we felt the chill. The time stood still. You crossed your arms, I crossed my heart. She wrote down things that tore me apart. Her eyes moved slow from me to you. I knew she saw what we couldn't undo. Nos miramos con miedo, como si el amor ya no alcanza. Tememos que ella diga en voz alta lo que el alma ya no aguanta. She asked how long we'd felt so lost. We counted days but forgot the cost. I said there were things she hid. You said but you left, you ran, you did. The air grew thick with unsaid guilt, and everything we built felt like dust between the cracks. No going forward, no going back. She raised her brow, then rubbed her pen, like decoding pain again and again. We laughed a little just to cope, but it felt like grieving without hope. And when she asked, "Do you still believe?" we froze in fear, afraid to breathe. 'Cause maybe love still lives in us, but truth has turned too dangerous. No sabemos si mentir o llorar, si callar o confesar. Si decimos todo, se rompe el final, y el amor no va a perdonar. You touched my hand beneath your doubt, but I pulled back, afraid to shout. She watched it all in quiet pain, like a surgeon tracing scars again. We spoke of dreams now buried deep, of sleepless nights and silent sleep. You said, "I still wanna try," and I said, "Me too," but didn't know why. And when her silence filled the room, we both expected coming doom. We thought she'd say, "This can't be saved," and we both stared like we'd misbehaved. Sus cejas fruncidas nos quiebran, sus pausas nos hacen temblar. Pensamos que va a decirlo, lo mejor sería terminar. Silence felt like holding breath. We braced for words like we feared death. Her pen stopped mid-page, she looked up slow, and finally her voice let the silence go. "You're both tired," she gently said. This one felt like an open door. We didn't move, we barely blinked. Our minds were racing, hearts on the brink. She said, "There's pain I can clearly see, but also love, wild and messy, but free. Aún hay amor en sus ojos cansados, aunque el alma venga rota y callando. Yo no les pido que olviden el pasado, pero sí que intenten con todo lo que están cargando." She pointed to how we speak and pause, to how we argue and break the laws of patience, trust, and time alone, but never stop coming back home. You both glance when the other sighs, and flinch when truth comes dressed in lies. But what I see is not just pain, it's two people aching to love again. You squeezed my hand and didn't let go. For the first time your warmth didn't feel low. And I saw myself in your soft regret. Not who you were, but who you are yet. She told us healing would not be neat, that scars would ache beneath the sheet. But if we dared to show the wound, we might find hope not buried too soon. No están rotos, están en transición. No es el fin, es la reconstrucción. Si el amor aún vive entre tanto dolor, hágalo fuerte, no lo dejen sin valor. We cried in front of someone new, but somehow tears made things feel true. No longer just shame in the room, but a space where flowers might bloom. You must build from what is real, she said, not from guilt or how you feel. Build from actions day by day, from words you speak and choose to stay. We nodded slow, still scared inside, but now at least we didn't hide. Her voice had held us when we fell, and we believed her when she said, se lastimaron, sí, se rompieron, pero no se sueltan. El amor puede doler, pero también salvar. Si ambos deciden volver a caminar. I started this for blues, for the sound that cries without shame, for the bend of a note like a broken truth, for the soul that sings with pain. But this channel's not just songs, it's become a mirror and a friend. Each verse I write is therapy, each line a wound I mend. I've loved 7 times and fallen hard, with opened eyes, 2 weddings, 2 rings returned, 2 promises I let burn. 2 more chances, 2 more breaks, and 1 more hope that still aches. No. Esta es mi historia, mi confesión, canción por canción. Cura mi corazón. Some say I'm lucky in business, they see the wins that climb the pride. But in love I'm always losing, a fighter on the softer side. 5 of them broke my trust, with whispers made behind my back. 2 times it was me, jealousy's a silent attack. This time it's something strange, a quiet doubt I can't explain. She hides her truths with gentle hands, but her silence feels like rain. 5 traiciones, 2 errores, y esta vez cicatrices y temores. They say we are who we become, from what they did and what we do. I carry every bruise and flame like they're stitched into my truth. I said never again more than once, swore I'd live for just myself. But love's a rope, not a wall, and fate don't wait on shelves. I don't share for pity's sake, I share to bleed and breathe. If someone out there hurts like me, these songs might help them grieve. Si te duele como a mí, canta fuerte, deja que sane así. Si te duele como a mí, canta fuerte, deja que sane así. So here I am, blues number sons, not bitter, just wide awake. So here I am, blues number 7. I may be broken, but I'm honest, and I've still got songs to make. Just a girl with stars in her eyes, a student back then, too young, too shy. I taught her math, said my goodbyes, but she found a way to keep me in her life. Her mother called, said come to teach. They both insisted till I breached. From dinner plates to long good nights, her looks grew warmer, soft and bright. I gave in to that growing flame, with parents smiling, blessing our name. I worked in oil, flew across skies, built a home on promises and goodbyes. Pensé que era amor, pero el destino se escondía. Mi corazón volvía, pero la mente no lo seguía. One day I came home, flight came in early. She was gone, the excuse felt blurry. Something cracked, I couldn't ignore, so I left the phone recording when I closed the door. Came back again, same story played. She left work early, my heart afraid. She walked in calm, I faced the pain. Are you cheating? She said, you're insane. Twice I asked, she looked offended, denied it all, truth suspended. But then I hit play, the tape rolled slow. I dreamed of you, she said to her ghost. I packed my bag, didn't raise my tone, left the keys, left her alone. Went to my parents, carried the flame. For 8 long months, loved her just the same. Volví por amor, pero no por perdón. Ella hizo todo, pero ya no tenía razón. We tried again, I truly tried. She gave her best, I never lied. But each smile felt more and more thin. My heart gave in, my mind wouldn't give in. Almost 2 years pretending peace, while love inside began to cease. I told her I'm sorry, I can't pretend. The love is gone, this has to end. She cried, she begged, then turned to rage. Said things that cut became a cage. She slept with friends and let me know, just to watch my silence grow. Someone said, let go the fight. Is it worth your peace at night? So I gave her all, house and keys. Chose my soul, chose to breathe. Le dejé todo, menos mi paz. Solté la piedra, dejé atrás. Now I walk light, with blues in hand. No gold, no house, no promised land, but free at last, my spine upright. The weight I let go gave me back my life. They say I light the darkest rooms, a walking spark that clears the gloom. But they don't see behind my eyes the weight I carry, the hidden cries. She calls me sunshine when she's down, but turns away when I might drown. She says I'm strong, I never break, but strength can snap, make no mistake. I make her laugh, I lift her mood, I bend myself to be her glue, but when I fall, she's always tired. Too much to do, she says, uninspired. Siempre tengo que estar bien, porque si no todo se cae. Soy su vitamina diaria, pero nadie me ve careciendo, pues con que está ayer puede hoy secar. Sobre su vitamina diaria, pero nadie me recarga a mí. She works, she runs, she does it all. And yes, I see her endless call, but I work too, I burn and bend. Just wish she'd see me as a friend. I speak, but echoes fill the air. My words go lost like no one cares. Unless I smile, unless I please, then love returns with sudden ease. We're fine when I am full of joy, when I play nice, when I avoid, but bring my needs into the light. She shuts me down, avoids the fight. Si le cumplo, todo está en paz. Si pido algo, no hay lugar. Trabajo, sueño, también respiro, pero no hay espacio para mí. I've learned to hold it deep inside, to paint my face, to swallow pride, to never ask, to never need, to serve her pace, to let her lead. She says you lift me when I'm low, but when I'm down, she doesn't show. She has her girls, her job, her plans, but never time to hold my hands. They call me lucky, say I'm kind, but kindness kills when it's confined. And being happy all the time feels like a lie I've made to rhyme. Estoy cansado de fingir, de sonreír sin sentir. Y si yo me caigo un día, ¿quién va a estar para mí? You get 99, I get 1, and still you say I ask too much. You claim you're tired, worn and done, but I'm the one losing touch. You list your daughters, list your work, you list your stress like it's a shield. But I've got burdens too, I bleed, just mine don't make it to the field. You say I can't, I'm stretched too thin, but for your needs I always bend. The smallest ask from me to turns into silence or the end. Siempre hay tiempo para vos, pero nunca lo hay para mí. ¿Dónde queda mi lugar si yo también quiero vivir? You say I'm lucky just to stay, to have this life, this home, this bed. But luck don't mean a thing if my soul feels underfed. I give you love, I give you time, I give you every piece of me. You say I'm sorry, I'm just tired, but you don't hear my silent plea. It's not the hours, it's not the chores, it's not the noise your world emits. It's knowing when I need you close. You dodge, deflect, or just forget. Yo también me canso, pero sigo por los dos. Vos tenés razones, Yo solo tengo mi voz. I don't need a monument, I don't need you on your knees. Just meet me halfway once or twice. Just notice when I freeze. I've watched you shift, I've watched you stall, I've watched you shrink from what I say. And every time I make a move, you look the other way. If this were balance, love would flow. We take and give a sacred trade. But I'm just pouring in a stone, and nothing ever stays. No quiero ser el fuerte, no siempre el que da. Solo quiero que me elijas cuando no puedo más. So here I am, stuck in the math, the love equation tipped and torn. I gave the 100, took your half, but now I feel alone, forlorn. I smile, I kiss, I play along, I even fake my peace. But deep inside I know this script was never made for me. You say we're fine, and maybe so, as long as I play small. But one day soon I'll ask myself, did I ever live at all? I've read the signs, I've done the math, I know the path I should be on my alert screen, get out fast, but still I stay, still I hang on. They say love should lift you high, but I've been kneeling way too long. They say respect is non-negotiable, but mine fades quiet in this song. She calls me her light, her strength, her joy, but only when I'm shining bright. When I'm dim, when I'm real, she turns off the light. Sé que debería irme, pero me quedo sin razón. El hilo rojo me ata, que se rompa el corazón. There's a thread between her and me, invisible, thin, maybe divine. It pulls me back when I drift away. It whispers, give it one more try. I list the things I've given up, the times I swallowed what I felt. But there's a memory in her smile that makes me doubt myself. I imagine life with someone new, or just alone and finally free. But every time I pack that dream, I see her girls, I see their peace. Si me voy, ¿quién cuida lo que armé? Si me quedo, me pierdo a mí también. Esta pregunta sin respuesta me partió otra vez. She's not cruel, not mean, not cold, just tired, stretched and blind to me. I don't believe she wants me small, but somehow I disappear. I ask for crumbs, not castles, just gestures that say I count. But I'm the one doing the math, and my side never amounts. Still, I can't walk away so clean, like throwing out a dream. So I write, I sing, I ache away, hoping time will shift the way. Estoy entre quererme y no querer soltar, entre salvar mi alma y no dejar de amar. Maybe she'll wake, maybe she won't, maybe this is what we are. But I won't lie, faking now, My truth is in this bar. I'm not a hero, I'm just a man holding on with open hands. If she lets go, I'll break, I swear. But maybe breaking means repair. So here's my line, here's my voice, here's the blues I didn't choose. And if I must let go one day, then let it be with truth. If my soul is split in two, then so must this story be. One part to tell the love we knew, one part for what you'll never see. I met her far from where I lived, a dance, a mask, a birthday night. She smiled and I forgot my steps. She held my eyes and locked them tight. 100 kilometers away, we talked through every dawn and dusk. She left her town to move for me. Love rode the wind and we felt just. We dreamed a dream with open arms, two souls with space to finally land. She moved, I followed, new city, new start, a beating hope, a shared queríamos ser padres, nos juramos el sol, pero el primer grito nunca se oyó. The first time it came with joy, a silent plus on a tiny screen. We held our breath through every week, like loving something still unseen. Then 3 months in it slipped away, no warning, no chance to beg or pray. We cried for days, we broke apart, but pain can sometimes weld the heart. We tried again despite the fear, each test, each scan, another tear. This time we crossed the line of 3 and cheered in whispers cautiously. But in month 5 the red returned, a bed of blood, a flash of burn. I drove like death chased from behind, not knowing what I'd leave behind. Perdimos al segundo, casi te perdí a vos. El amor tiembla cuando sangra de a dos. The doctor said she's still alive, but looked at me with tired eyes. Another loss, and one so deep. You both need time, you both must sleep. But time was something she refused. Her clock was ticking, heart confused. She spoke of eggs, of frozen tries, of mother's lake, of chasing skies. I begged her stop, we need to heal. She only saw what she could feel. While I grieved slow, she rushed ahead, refusing tears and counting beds. So we prepared for one more try, machines and charts beneath the sky. And as I held her trembling hand, I feared we'd fall and not withstand. Alma rota no espera. We thought control would save the pain, that science could rewrite our fate. Doctor's needles whispered hope. A sterile room became our fate. The third time came through frozen glass, our last attempt to make it last. But once again it slipped away before the fourth full week could stay. I saw her fall, not just her wound, but every breath became a tune. She smiled less, she spoke in stats. She watched the clock, she scanned the past. The doctors begged us both to rest. Your heart can't take another test. They said take time, escape, just live. But she had none of that to give. She said there's 3 still waiting cold, 3 tiny sparks we hadn't told. She begged, she cried, she made her case, but I was drowning in that place. I saw my future wrapped in loss, each step ahead a fragile cross. She wanted birth, I needed peace, and in that gap we lost the lease. She stopped talking, cut the air. No dinner shared, no softened stare. Our house became a war in sleep, a silence loud and far too deep. She told me later, straight face hard, she laid with friends just out of guard. But I knew that wasn't rage or sin, just sorrow leaking from within. 6 months passed in bitter stone. I lived inside a heartless home. She stared through me like I was glass, a shadow of our faded past. I packed my things, she didn't cry. No words were said, no asking why. I left behind the final fight, too tired to prove who had the right. But deep inside I never healed. Some parts of me stayed unrevealed, and in my closet tucked away are baby shoes that saw no day. They never walked, they never cried, they never knew the love I hide. I keep them there for me alone, a silent proof carved into bone. This ain't just music, this is a man in pieces, a soul dissected in 13 releases. If I'm still breathing, it's 'cause the chords keep pulling me back. If I'm still feeling, it's 'cause the past keeps writing the track. I started with hope, but life redrew my frame. Now I walk with the blueprint of every love that turned to flame. 2 wives left ashes, 4 others left smoke, and now I live with the 7th one, praying this blueprint don't choke. I don't play blues 'cause it's cool, I play it 'cause it fits my bones. I don't need an audience, just a guitar and the ghost I own. You see me smile, you see me stare, but you don't see the man still holding a baby's band. There's a drawer I never open, a box I never moved, with tiny shoes I never walked, but taught me what it means to lose. I'm stitched with silence, patched with guilt, covered in the dust of the love I never built. No me hice fuerte, me hice costumbre, no me salvé, me volví mi propia cumbre. My first wife taught me trust, how it dies with a tape played loud. My second taught me grief, with every son lost in a shroud. 4 others danced in and out, they never stayed, but left enough doubt to fill a decade. And now she says I'm her vitamin, her sun, her joy, her man. But I don't know if I still shine, or if I'm breaking just to stand. They call me happy, they call me strong, but no one sees the cost of carrying on so long. Este no es un disco, es un grito sin eco, una vida en acordes, un amor nuevo. So here it is, song number 1, 12 more truths to come. Some real, some bad, but all of them born from someone. You think you know blues? Try singing while shaking, try living while breaking, try loving while faking. This ain't for fame, this ain't for likes, this is me rewriting all my nights. Welcome to the blueprint, welcome to my scars. This is where I bleed clean from this guitar. No soy poeta ni santo, solo un hombre con voz. Bienvenidos al plano de todo lo que fui yo. She was young, and I was trying to leave behind my past of doubt. I was her teacher, just passing by, never thought that love would sprout. But time plays tricks when hearts are soft, and her eyes held something more. From shy smiles to long embraces, I found myself knocking on her door. Her mother served me wine and words, said stay a while, you're safe with us. So I stayed and I got caught in what felt like a sacred trust. We married, flew to other lands, my job kept me far away. She said she missed me every time, but lies were truths disguised in gray. Fue mi primer caída, la que nunca se olvida. Me entregué sin condición y ella rompió mi canción. One flight landed early, she was gone when I arrived. Called her work, they said she left at noon and never came back by. She walked in later, calm and cold. I asked her once, I asked her twice. She played the same, the hurt, the bold, but my heart knew the price. Because that morning I had pressed record on the landline by the door. And while I left to catch my flight, she called him and asked for more. I dreamt of you, she softly said, I miss your hands, I miss your bed. I sat there shaking, face gone white, pressing play, revealing night. She gasped and cracked and begged to stay, but I had heard what broke my way. I took my bag, still packed with clothes, and left for silence, for the known. No lloré por venganza, lloré por traición. Tenía su cuerpo, pero no su corazón. 8 months I lived, ghosts and walls. My parents watched me fall apart. She kept calling, voice like ash, but the fire had left my heart. Still I loved her, yes I did, but love alone can't heal the lies. So I returned to try again, and saw the truth in her disguise.